In terms of where the idea of something like Worldwide Views comes from, it belongs to something that's happening around the world that usually goes by the name of deliberative democracy, sometimes also participatory technology assessment. And there are examples like in the Brazilian city of Porto Alegre. Citizens actually participate in developing and approving the budget. So it's the same sort of idea of citizens engaging policy making. Or in lots of countries, in the United States, for example, when the city of New York came up with designs for what to do with the site of the World Trade Center after it had been attacked. The designs they came up with were very unpopular with the citizens, so a group called America Speaks and other groups helped organize actually it was a 2-week deliberation, and 5,000 citizens participated, and they gave some input into the process that really helped them decide what to do with the World Trade Center site. Most of those things are local in orientation or sometimes national, but what we see with Worldwide Views is that it's really the first global undertaking. And one of the things we see in the results, especially with what citizens say, is the global nature of it is exciting to them because they get to compare what happened in their own country with what happened in other countries. So it's really, the problems are increasingly global, so it's important for citizens to have access to global issues, but they also really value the opportunity to be a part of a global process and to compare what's going on in their country with other countries. So in the United States, in 2009, we became involved with Worldwide Views on global warming, and it was a very successful undertaking, but we also learned a lot from it. And for Worldwide Views on biodiversity this year, we had 4 sites: Phoenix, Arizona, Denver, Colorado, Boston, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C. And one thing we were able to do, much more than we did the last time, was compare notes on, for example, the different ways of recruiting citizens. It's really a challenge to get citizens to commit to spending a day doing this sort of thing. And so the people in Washington, we would have conference calls maybe once a week, and people in Washington might get ideas for how to recruit people from something they'd tried in Boston that was successful. So we had a lot of improvement in that respect. That was one thing that changed. Another respect was media coverage. We actually got someone involved who is an editor and a consultant with Discover magazine. It's a big popular science type of magazine in the United States. And she really knows not only all about the press and the media and how to develop a story that's interesting to them, but she also knows about new social media. So one thing that happened with our deliberations was she organized people to be observers and to tweet on Twitter their observations of what was going on. And then she got a graduate student to use it's a software, I guess, that's called Storify, meaning make a story, to take all of the tweets and to combine them into a story saying what was going on at that particular site. And then finally, another thing that we did differently this time in the organization of Worldwide Views was we engaged the policymakers much earlier in the process. So last time we did in 2009, we did the consultation and then tried to present the results to the White House and to the State Department, which represents the U.S. at the UN Convention. This time we contacted all of them ahead of time and actually invited them to an event we had in Washington to launch the project in June of this year. And then we'll have a presentation of our results in December and another presentation to the Congress in February. So in all of those areas, we're really learning a lot of lessons from one another in the United States, as well as from the Danish Board of Technology and all of the partners really in the Worldwide Views Alliance. We're learning different ways of doing things, and we're really, we feel we got a lot better at it, and I think the results reflect that.